So is anyone doing anything else besides going to talk to Church Bell and Bluebell?
Well,
I'm
I'm finished.
just
Just being,
Around still for anything suspicious.
I'm still
Alright,
as a boss.
why don't we, because I probably should have done this for a multiple of things. Fernando, why don't we go over to this tab? And let me have a look at what I wrote.
Is this for the
You should possibly clear that.
Yeah, I probably should.
Is this for the conversation that happened between Airtender?
No, this is for looking for anything suspicious. Oh yeah, Gold Rush still has a ton of Fallout dice I haven't dealt with yet. That'll be fun.
I'll be fine. Nothing's gonna happen. What's the worst that can happen? Right, guys?
Roll what I think would be good for investigating.
I reckon... Well, you're looking for basically occult stuff. So why don't you roll me... There's no button for this, so you have to do it manually. Whatever your heart plus will is, because I reckon heart plus will equals faith.
Yeah, that would work, yeah.
And so slash roll however many d6, and then put an S at the end of it, which will make it so they automatically go to the highest to lowest. I mean, lowest to highest.
The sour Slurpees from 7-Eleven are absolutely fantastic.
Now let me just check something, what you are rolling against. Default rolls, 4d6 plus demonic influence. I'll tell you what demonic influence is. It's, what's the worst something wrong manifest PCs have seen here? Injustice, you've definitely seen that, that's 1d10. Demonic attacks, which is not a literal demonic attack, it could be like plague or famine or infertility is a demonic attack. So you've seen that. Not sure if you've seen heresy, and you haven't seen sorcery. You've seen attempted hate and murder, but you haven't actually seen... Doesn't seem like there's hate or murder in this town, so... I reckon you've seen injustice and demonic attacks, which is 2d10s. I'm going to roll them in secret, but I'm just telling you now, the roll is 4d6 and 2d10s that you're rolling against.
Okay, well, I've rolled.
Ah, put a space. Just going to drag these all on.
Mine on right?
Sorry, what was that?
Put
Yeah,
up.
each of the individual numbers of the dice, drag them up to this top area. You remember how to do this, right? So the only thing is no space between the 6 and the S, and that'll put them in descending order next time. Or ascending. That way they're not mix and match all over the place. Anyway, why don't you start by raising and telling me exactly how you're looking for, or what you're looking for, or if you suspect somewhere in particular.
Low. I'm looking at...
Now keep in mind that if I can match with a single dice, I get my dice back. So even if you want to get rid of low numbers, you probably necessarily shouldn't.
I'm looking at doorways and walls and stuff for any sort of symbol that I might know as being demonic or of
Fagabinas.
religion, therefore contraband.
So you don't find any symbols that directly say anything like that, but you do just kind of see in one door, it's the doctor's door, actually. There's a mark that's been kind of scrubbed out, but you can just still see where it was kind of carved in. And it's basically this... It's basically the symbol for non-believer.
Some graffiti.
Yep. Like, it's been carved into a wooden door and kind of sanded away, but there's still just the etch of it left.
I guess we're rounding.
Actually,
Sure.
sorry, you find that in the bar. Like, on the entrance to the bar. And I'm gonna raise with that is so you know that while the greatest sinner is the disbeliever, but as long as they're not doing anything wrong, they are technically free to believe whatever they want. Just it's basically like the religion is the law. As long as they still follow the law, they're allowed to not believe in it. That's what you remember. But you could now raise by just quoting basically a loophole in the scripture. Or something like that if you wanted. And actually, let's go with, you found two of these. You found one on the doctor's house and one on the entrance to the bar. So now you want to match that and tell me what do you think, what you say, what you do, whatever, how you counter that thought of, yeah, it's allowed. I mean, you kind of want people to be in the same religion, but there's nothing that says they have to be.
I myself have not been in this religion for very long. I lived for a long time in Equestria, not following any religion apart from just following the princesses. Practical beings. But to believe that they can be, even if they aren't, or our religion, I mean. So I go about looking for other things.
Yep. Why don't you raise with what you're looking for? As you keep you found this information, but you're still looking for something else, basically.
Looking for a sense of anything evil. If I walk by somewhere and feel like a chill down my spine.
It could just be the wind fluttering your skirt.
Possible that I might have a spell that might help with this sort of thing. Cheat, I'm good at magic.
In the middle of the town, you're walking up and down, looking at the buildings, looking for that stuff, and you can't really find anything at first. You just don't get a sense for it at all. Like, nothing screams, this is heretical, and just, you don't get an obvious feeling of dark magic.
Burn the witch.
Now, I don't actually have any dice left, so you've won. So, as you are walking out of town, you actually do you're not sure what, but there's just something about, Windrush and Bullrush's house.
Oh, God.
You just, honestly, you can't place what it is, but there's just something off-putting slightly about it.
Okay. I'm like over here.
Music started playing. Yeah, it's
All
like you
right.
found the symbol at the bar here and on the doctor's house. You're walking up and maybe you've started here, walked down this side looking, gone back up this side looking, then eventually made your way down to here, and there's not a symbol per se, but there's just kind of something about it. Like maybe there's, at first you think it's a termite mound, but then you go up to it and it's like, it's ash. Or, and...
Bull Rush and Gold Rush. I thought you meant Deadwood and
No,
Wind
yeah,
Rush.
Bull Rush and Gold Rush.
Look for sulfur.
Sulfur.
If
Oh
you're
yeah,
looking
that
for
was a
sulfur,
mention.
You're looking for gunpowder.
So, Heartbearer did test the water. He thought it was mercury at first, but didn't find it. He did mention there is a slightly high amount of sulfur in the water. But that could just be like, there's a natural deposit where the water's flowing through. Because sulfur does naturally occur in lakes and stuff sometimes. It's not
but
bad,
depends-
it's just, it's
But
slightly...
question, what isotope sulfur is it?
Hexafluoride. I don't know.
What? What?
Yeah, I know, that sounds bad, but it's probably not. Or more likely it probably is.
How is sulfur a fluoride? That's a completely different element.
I mean... Don't ask questions. Point is, there are trace amounts of sulfur in the water that is above the average, but not in a way that should affect anything.
Okay.
I inspect the pile of ash.
Alright, it's like around one of the posts that's holding up the patio, like right at the bottom. And like I said, at first you thought it was like a termite mound or termite dust. But yeah, it's definitely ash, and you can't see where it's come from. Like, it's neatly piled right there. Just only like, I don't know, 4 or 5 centimeters triangular right up against, on the corner, so it's just around the corner edges. But otherwise, yeah, it's just a pile of ash that doesn't appear to have come from anywhere. Like, doesn't look like it fell from above. There's none on the pole. It's just built there.
Can I sort of pour through it to see if there's anything in it?
Yep. So you pick it up and just kind of look at it. It's a pile of ash, but
I mean, knowing our luck, it's probably cursed.
it's the ashes of everyone who died in this house and was sacrificed, obviously. Burnt in the furnace in the basement.
Fernando?
That's fucking grim.
Yeah, it's not that, as far as you know. Yeah, there doesn't... I mean, it kind of does smell sulfury in the way that a pile of ash would, but nothing strong in that way.
I'm leaving that alone.
You've picked up the pile of ash and you're looking through it, right?
I've been, like, digging through it to see if there's anything underneath.
Alright, that is what I was looking to hear, because it looks like it's piled there, but it goes underneath where the dirt is. Like, you push it flat to where the rest of the dirt is, and there's still ash there, as if it's kind of in the ground as well. And if you dig down, it's like, it's just like 2 centimeters across, basically just following the support of this beam down.
Digging. I use magic to dig, actually.
Well, obviously. You're not a filthy earth pony.
I'm not an earth pony, but I'd rather use my hooves.
See how deep it goes.
Probably further than you can dig before you hit, like, hardened dirt. I'm just gonna make I know D20 isn't this thing at this thing, but I'm just gonna use that as a perception check. So Bull Rush, I reckon he notices you and just kind of comes out like, "What are you doing at my house again?"
Bull Rush, stay inside.
"Don't make me whoop your ass again."
I'm like, wait, Ironheart, when did you get here?
Oh,
When
I
plot
noticed you
convenience.
around here. I was
Okay.
across the river.
Ash, don't you think it's funny that it goes all this way down and stuff?
It does seem quite interesting.
Ash, what can you tell me about this Ash here? Because this is really weird.
Actually, I think that
no.
was
Glurush?
Bronze Dawn's voice.
Little bit.
Yeah, because he was elderly, that was why he's got the, like, old man voice! Back in my day, we had to walk uphill both ways in the snow!
Wait, what?
Don't ask questions,
Wow.
young fella!
I'm asking any questions other
Alright,
than
yeah,
why is this ash going down to compacted earth?
he's just kind of ignoring you at first, like, he walks over to the edge of his patch, he's like, What are you doing digging? That's definitely an Australian. I can't do an American accent right now for some reason, so I'm not going to try. What are you doing digging in my patio, my building for? Get out of here! Don't make me kick your
There's
ass
Ash
again.
here.
I've done it to one of you. I don't remember who, but I'm sure I did. I think it was you.
Ironheart.
Yeah.
Fernando just looks at him and is like, have you burnt something here recently?
Burn you if you...
A lot of
Wait,
something.
what the hell is that? He's kind of leaning
That's
over,
Ash.
like, just looking at it. It's like,
I wanna
what are you
know.
doing? What are you putting there?
I found ash and I'm digging and it keeps going and I want to know what it is.
This kind of does pique his curiosity, and he does come out. It's like, I have no idea. That's weird. Is that ash? And he just kind of hooves, licks. Oh, yep, that's ash.
Done any burning here recently?
No. Can't have
Okay.
fire near the crops. I mean, doesn't look. Actually, he probably has a chimney, I guess. But that's like over this side of the house. It's probably this thing right here.
Couldn't do ash like this in such a perfect straight line.
He's agreeing with you and saying that is weird.
If it goes, but magic
He's
can
kind
only
of
do so
puffs
much.
at it, but like digs a small bit, like a couple of centimeters, but he's not gonna try.
A good foot down with my magic before we hit the really hard dirt
Yeah.
and stuff.
I mean,
Gold
it's still
Rush.
going
Can I
down.
ask
It's
for
not.
Gold Rush, please.
It's you hit some stone, but you notice it's more like building stone rather than you've hit stones type of bedrock.
Yeah, it's more like
Like one
stone or
big funnel
cobblestone.
going all the way down.
Gold Rush, can you ask for Gold Rush? Or was your sister here recently on the side of the house?
I mean, she lives here, so maybe. Gold Rush, get out here! Like
Try
a
and
couple of
find
second
a
pass,
long
and
stick to
she's got-
try and stick down in the ash to try and see how far down it goes.
yeah, a couple of seconds pass, and Gold Rush still doesn't come out, and he just yells again, "Gold Rush, get out here!" And it looks like he's about to yell once more before she finally does come out. What? I was making lemonade. Oh, okay. Would you like some lemonade, young men?
Oh, that sounds lovely.
Yeah, you just
Oh.
take a sip and it's like
Oh,
squinch face, like delicious.
Regularly drinks just plain lemon juice, so he's
Yeah.
fine with it.
I don't know why people are pussies about that. I love straight lemon juice.
I
Vinegar.
will politely decline Gold Rush. Gold Rush, have you seen this ash before?
No, no, yes, no. Would you like some
Which is it,
lemonade?
yes or no?
So I'd remind you at this point she has early onset dementia, like her mother, Argent Dawn.
Gold Rush?
Ironheart and is like, yeah, try the lemonade, it's great.
I'm good.
So yeah, Fernando's looking for
I-
a long
Yeah, it
along
goes. You find
possible
just a stick and just kind of use it to push in through it. The ash is definitely loose. It's not compact or anything. And yeah,
Well, you can always use
as
my
far as you can
sword.
tell, it goes down pretty far.
use my magic to lift out as much of the ash as I can.
Yeah, it goes further than you can get light into it. Like, it's at an angle, you know what I mean? It's a dark tunnel now. Only like 4 centimeters across, which is, what, 2 inches? Not even that. Yeah, it goes down pretty far, though.
Just out of curiosity, is this like a pile of ash you're digging in, and you just keep digging like there's like an endless digging? Is that what happened?
Pretty
Like
much, yeah.
someone bore a hole,
Mhm.
filled it with something, set it on fire, and just let the ash stay there.
Like, it's stone down below it, but right at the base of the house is wood, so if someone was on fire, there would be burn marks, or just maybe the house itself would be on fire, so it's most likely not that.
Ando's annoyed because he can't really dig any further. He wants to see where it's coming
So
from.
you're probably like, I don't know, a good meter and a bit down, and like you've dug
Bullrush.
like 50 centimeters before it got hard, and then where you've god damn it, then where you've started just getting the ash by itself out, it goes down another meter or so, and you can see, as far as you can see down, there's just rock there. It's also in the corner shape, but it goes down further than just normal foundation would go. The rock, that is.
Bullrush. Bullrush. Is there a
Yeah?
shovel I can borrow?
Depends. Are you gonna break my window again?
I didn't do it the first time.
Well, we could have said that before I kicked your ass. Yeah, Gold Rush, get him a shovel. And she walks back inside. An amount of time later, she comes back with a shovel.
I was hoping it'd be a spoon.
Oh, really? You're nasty.
Yeah, she
It's
comes back with
dementia.
a wooden
The
spoon.
kids.
Wait, what? A
Nope,
wooden
that's...
spoon?
Put that back in the bedroom, honey.
Oh.
No, she comes back with a shovel.
I have a sewing kit. I'd have a little, measuring tape in it, so I put to float that down as far as I can, and then I just pull out the, string down into the ash to try and see how far it goes down. It's probably like a 2 or 3 meter measuring tape.
Yeah,
Bullrush.
I mean,
is
you
that
can
your
only
shovel?
put it down as far as you've
Bullrushes?
already dug, and you can only dig as far as you've already seen, so... And, like I said, it's far enough down that the angle of the sun, you can't get light down to the bottom of it, so you can't really dig any further. But it's, yeah, about a meter... You've dug half a meter of dirt away from it, and then it's another meter down below that you can dig to.
Using my magic to float my measuring tape down and just keep unrolling it down into the ash.
That's what I mean. Oh. What type of measuring tape? Because I'm thinking just the kind of soft ones, because that wouldn't be... I mean, it would just kind of hit the dirt and start curling.
A spell that can make it just go rigid. And
Got
like a
uses for
stick.
that. I mean, you can just use a stick for
I
that.
like that one.
Tape probably is 3 meters long, so I can tell if the ash goes 3 meters
let me
down.
maths. 1, 2... It's probably just shy of 3 meters from the base of where the dirt was originally. What's that? 10 feet? Nearly, 9 feet. 2 meters 70, I say.
And that's where the ash stops and I can't push the measuring tape in anymore.
Yep.
Bullrush, is that the shovel the Gold Rush currently has?
Yeah, who's got the shovel at this point?
Ironheart.
Yeah, you can take the shovel and just dig if you want.
Rightio.
7 down. So I found the bottom with my measuring tape, but I down there, so
Well,
And Bullrush just kind of goes back inside and says, just kind of mumbles to himself like, no, just goes back inside.
okay, shoot him. Shoot him, cherries. Get that one.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Oh, I ate some bad cherries. I'm gonna stay here for a while. I'm sorry.
Rightio. Anyways,
So that just cut out Shooter McCherry entirely.
good idea.
I made him pass out the last time. He forgot about them and ate them again.
Oh, I should have done that. I'm so sorry, guys.
Would you have any torches?
Probably not.
He's got a bag of props and a book of spells.
Oh, you said Fernando, not. Either you guys might
Said
have some
Gold
torches.
Rush.
Yeah, Gold Rush definitely doesn't.
Spell in my book of spells, so I use that.
If you can light up this cornerstone, I'll see if the shovel will break through it or not.
Light it up.
Alright. I mean, if you dig down and just kind of get to the rock, you see it's bricks.
Are you ready, Fernando?
Got my light spell going in the shadows, so you can see.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, let's get to digging.
So you just start digging. What are you doing exactly? You're just digging down, or?
Um,
At the bottom that I couldn't see.
yeah, try and see if it's actual rock or if it's something else.
No, it's bricks.
Hmm.
Like stone bricks, but bricks.
Through the bricks, then.
Yeah, gotta try and
It's easy to
get
follow
through them
the
without breaking the shovel.
Alright, so you just kind of hit it, or why don't you
Adjacent to the bricks, not into
why
the
don't
bricks.
you roll me your body? Just your body stat.
Body stat.
Let's have a look. What is that?
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Neutral and Montreal for some reason. So 3d6. You're definitely probably not going to get this because I'm thinking it's 15. Yeah, you don't.
Fuck.
Just kind of hit it with the hammer. It's going tink, tink. It's almost as if hitting bricks with a shovel isn't going to do much.
Oh, man.
You do, however,
Don't dig the bricks.
as you just kind of tink, tink, tink on the bricks, you stop and then like a second later you hear just a very softly. And I'm not sure
So
if that
it's
came
like
through or not.
hollow somewhere.
I mean, there was another tapping coming from it.
Tapping right. Alright, Fernando, could you ask the Russians to see if they can go to one of their relatives' place? We may need to dig this brick out.
Can I try and use my magic on the brick?
Sure. How are you doing that?
Gonna dig around the brick.
I just try and pull it out with my magic.
Alright, I reckon that would be will. Roll your will. Is it will? That's a stat, right?
Yes, will is a stat.
Would
Yes.
I add my good at magic trait?
Sure. Yeah, that sounds good. I reckon again you're looking for 15. I'm not sure if that's high or not, but oh well.
Ooh.
There's one screwed you. I'm
You're
going
just
to...
2 under.
I'm just going to do something real fast. Okay, so it's not giving, like, you've just kind of got the brick. What are you doing with the brick exactly?
It's in my telekinesis. I'm just trying to pull it out because Ironheart said something about pulling it out.
So it's not budging at first, but then you give it a good yank. Still not budging, and then there's just kind of... It goes all at once as the brick pops out, probably clips Ironheart slightly, and from it is just a brown hoof poking through. It's just a brown hoof poking through from where the brick was.
Of course I get clipped.
Oh yeah, of course.
Ironheart's in the bottom.
Because, I got clipped by a bullet.
And now there's a hoof through the wall.
Yep. The hoof comes back out, as in comes back there. Pulls its hoof back through, and you see Bullrush's face is going, "What? You just put a hole in my basement!"
Sorry, that's a basement, and you've got a hoof.
Hides
Hmm.
at the edge of the hole so that he can't be seen.
Donut, get my gun!
Bullrush. Don't.
You
do
broke in my
this.
house for the second time today!
Now, Bullrush. There was ash on top of this brick. Alright?
Yeah, he realizes that for a second and just starts thinking. Like, you can see him pull his head back through and just kind of vaguely see him looking down and looking what's below him. Yeah, that might be a bigger issue than... I would politely ask you to leave now.
Excuse me?
I would politely ask you to leave now.
Okay, I did not mean for that to happen. Well. Yes.
Meanwhile, anywhere else? Is anyone else doing anything at this point? No? Okay. I reckon at least half an hour has passed at this point. It's probably becoming like 4 or 5 in the afternoon as well.
I was thinking about talking to the bells, but I really don't know what I would ask them.
See, what's
The only thing I'm thinking about asking is like the whereabouts of maybe the stepfather of stepfather of Sunflower's baby.
I mean the real father, because Duststorm would then be the stepfather.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, Duststorm is the father.
Sunflower's real father.
As far as both Sunflower and Duststorm believe, Duststorm is the father.
Okay. Okay, so there is no other father.
As far as they've told you.
Okay. Okay.
There's the implication that it's possibly someone else. You do know that Duststorm allegedly, but most likely, slept with Windrush about 9 months ago.
Sorry, say again?
Duststorm, the father, slept with Windrush, the one who rejected you, about 9 months ago.
Yeah.
Allegedly, but most likely, probably. Yeah, he did it. As far as you know, because that's why Bullrush tried to kill Duststorm, but failed, because he caught him sleeping with her, his sister.
Mm.
Bullrush's sister, not Duststorm's sister.
Yeah.
Have to clarify.
Thank you.
And as you know, Sunflower has not slept with anyone but Duststorm.
Mm.
That's as far as we're
But she
aware.
did. Like, there was the whole Pegasus. Earth Pony can have a Pegasus, and there is that, potential doubt in both of their minds, or at least Duststorm's and a couple of the other people's. But it's within the realm of possibility that she would have a Pegasus. And she came up with something. Oh, my uncle's wife was a Pegasus, and that kind of. So yeah, I'm related to a Pegasus, and she seems to have legitimately not understood the difference between a relationship and a blood relationship in that case.
Yeah.
So, like I said, it's possible, but people have their doubts. That's the only thing that's... Could just be a completely normal baby that's an edgy OC by chance. And no plot relevance at all. And total red herring.
Could be red herring, but I don't think so.
Nando is kind of just through the hole because he might have a better angle than Ironheart does to see what's happening.
Yeah. From what you can see, there's a small amount of light from probably another small ground level window over here and the new hole you've made, but for the most part you can only see darkness.
Bull Rush. Either step back or please vacate. You and Gold Rush must move to another house whilst
I've
we
lived here for at
investigate.
least 5 years. At least. It's probably more than that, but at least 5 years, and I ain't moving now. You telling me to leave my house just 'cause there's some weird pile of ash over this, just this corner? And there's just something about the way he says, just this corner.
Nando runs to the other side to look at the other corner.
There's no ash there. Nope. And before you go there, nope. I may have put the emphasis on the wrong word, but either way, there's something about what he said.
You have put emphasis on.
I don't remember what I said, so yes.
Hate my house just because there's weird ash in this one corner. Or in just this one corner.
No, yeah, just is the right word, but in a slightly different meaning. Then don't worry about it.
Decides he's going to walk through town and check every corner on every house.
Alright, that takes about half an hour. And it is getting close to dark at this point.
Does he
Because
find any?
for some reason that is totally blasphemous to say that the princess do it at exactly 6 p.m. and 6 a.m., the sun goes down at exactly 6 p.m. Yeah,
Light so he's fine.
yeah, it takes half an hour and you don't find any other piles of ash. I mean, you find one, but it's outside of a chimney, so you just imagine there's a brick loose in the back of it.
Fernando goes to his friends to tell them what he's found. Whether Ironheart has survived the encounter or not.
Ironheart, you gonna stay and see what happens?
Ironheart is moved.
Runs.
Comes with you.
Do I see the two of them
You
emerging?
just hear, Gold Rush, grab that brick and put it back here as you leave.
Do I see Fernando and Ironheart coming up on the church?
Yeah, Fernando's been looking around for about half an hour, and that whole ordeal took half an hour, so... Storm Chaser, what are you doing with Church Bell and Bluebell?
Okay.
As soon as you walk in, Bluebell says, "You lynched that doctor yet? Have you lynched that doctor yet? I got her voice down pat."
Well, we did have a good talking to, and well, we did have a good talking to, but it looks like he's on the level. I don't think he means any harm to anyone.
Now, I call horsewhinny on that. Like, I can personally assure you he is an asshole and responsible for many horrible things.
What is it? Can I ask you something? What is the relationship of Stone Oats and Heartbearer?
I think he's the landlord, and yeah, that's it. Like, Stone Oats is the landlord. Though that
yeah.
he did. I mean, Heartbearer helped him build the extension to his house, so I guess to let him live there type of deal. Like, work for help, that... Board for help, I guess. I don't know. Well, I think I should probably not... you're a dog, right? So does... This is Church Bell now. Does,
Okay.
So a private confession is meant to be private, right?
You have my word. It will stay private within this very, very church.
He looks at you and looks like he's about to speak, and then just kind of eyes Bluebell. I mean, it's a...
I Bluebell as well, because we're all eyeing each other. And I like to join in.
Oh, come on, I'm not that big of a gossip. Okay, maybe I am, but that's besides the point. I am your wife, and anything that you can say to this stranger, you can say in front of me. I don't think I should say it in front of him either, and, oh, now you're just being a little... Like, tell the man! Like I said, it's a private confession. I'm not even meant to tell him. Then why did you bring it up? Well, that's a good question. I'm sorry, I wasted your time. I shouldn't have said anything.
Church. Can I call you Church?
I mean, you just did.
Don't think of me as a stranger. Think of me as a friend.
Oh, well, isn't that nice? Well, even still, it's called a private confessional for a reason, which I think is more of a Catholic thing than a whatever. But sure. The steward would know a ton of secrets that he wouldn't want other people to know.
Do you want to see more fillies and foals born in this town?
He again eyes Bluebell, but in a more sadder way this time. But, Alfred, could you please leave?
Think about.
He's saying that to Bluebell. Oh no, I am definitely staying here now, you are getting it
Bluebell.
tonight, not in the good way.
Bluebell, please. Honor thy husband from the Book of Life just for this once.
That's not what you told Deadwood.
Yeah. Deadwood may be a dead cause.
That's not even a good pun, but okay. Fine, I'll go, you little back at you. But I swear, if it's some juicy gossip, you better fill me in afterwards. And she just kind of walks into another room.
Okay.
Probably walks back into the back of the church.
Okay, church. What is it? Is it if it's a fate of liberty? If the fate of liberty depends on it, please tell me.
Oh, well, honestly, I don't think it's that at all. He's just kind of So this is technically a sin, but it's like a good-natured sin and doesn't hurt anyone. So if I tell you, can you not? Whatever justice, I don't know what it's called. Judge.
I lean in.
Whatever.
I lean in closer with my right ear.
I believe they have a homosexual relationship.
And who is they?
Heartbearer and Sonotes. You just hear a hushed, "Oh my gosh," coming from the back room.
That was kind of obvious, really.
Yeah.
Not the storm chaser.
I mean, like I said, technically a sin, and this is like 1850s, so you know.
Yeah.
That's very frowned upon in this timeline.
Mm.
I mean, they are keeping it clean, away from the prying. I believe their kids don't even know, although I think the eldest might, but that's just because he's at that age where he's curious about. He's got some changes going on, and it's awkward. But as far as I know, they're keeping it private, except for that one time he was really drunk and tried to make a pass on me, but that's only how I found out, and he stopped as soon as I said, "Oh my god, stop, please stop, oh my god."
Well, at least that puts one thing to rest.
You're
I thought it was some kind of-
you're gonna put him to rest?
No. I mean, I was curious about the connection between Heartbearer and Sonos, and I thought it was a lot more sinister. So, it is a relief,
it's not?
dude.
I thought you were, like, horribly against that type of thing. It's, like, clearly states here, "Thou shalt not bugger another dude" in the Book of Life.
Well, I mean, the word dude can be interpreted a number of ways.
I mean, they're definitely not married as well, so there's that.
Dude onto dude, but do not onto dudes. Dude.
Yes. Verse 1337.
Yes.
That's such a horribly dated joke.
Okay. Church, well, thank you so much for telling me that. I mean, at least it's put one mystery to bed. No pun intended. Okay, but still, this barren town. It's just.
I mean, Bluebow does not like him, but I tend to believe that the very educated doctor who has helped a lot of other things, what is it, mumps or something, like 7 years back, just kind of half the people infertile, other half married to someone infertile.
Are you saying that a number of the ponies in town may have had this mumps injection or treatment?
No, I'm saying that it was a disease that hit the town like 7 years ago, and was like
Doctor wasn't there at
like
the
2
time.
people died, but everyone had it.
Oh.
Years
Interesting.
after.
Oh, are you? Oh,
Like
it's Fernando and I kind of like
probably like
listening in.
3, I don't know, 10 people didn't have it, but 90 people did, and 2 people died.
Already know.
Yeah.
So say again, Fernando.
Yeah, I'm just telling you stuff we already know. We know that the doctor came like a year ago,
Yeah.
and this thing happened 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Time
And
ago.
Sonodes was the last person until Sunflower to have a kid since, and his wife unfortunately died in labor.
So maybe if we cure the mumps, we cure the Baroness.
Was
Being
that
cured
was
for
7 years ago.
Oh.
I mean, probably ended
Sorry.
6 years ago, but the initial thing was 7 years ago.
So no one has the mumps anymore.
No.
Oh.
No, the disease doesn't hang around for more than something.
Church. Is it possible that this town has come under some kind of curse? Or do you know if this is even if you do you think
Well,
I mean by the book of life it is possible,
as
but
I mean, I've already told you at this point stuff that I probably shouldn't. And Bluebell, I swear, if you're listening, then we're even for that shot at I took at you earlier, and you're not gonna punish me tonight. Deal? I'll take your silence as a yes. No, you won't. Yeah. Okay.
well thank you.
Could you
Thank
at least
Church.
not? Screw it. She probably knows. I found it out from her anyway. Everyone, like not literally everyone, but like 30 or so people, they're kind of having sex with everyone else to hopefully, mix match. One of them will get pregnant. Something. I really probably should do something about it, but
How long is this sort of
I'm not
mismatching
sure
going
if
on?
Bluebell's doing it too.
Yeah, how long do you think this match mixing's been going on?
Well, I heard of it about 6 months ago, but a bit longer than that.
But the Baroness has been going on for a lot longer.
Yep. What did he say? What are the exact words? I need the exact wordings. I gotta look this up. Right. As long as the pairing is fruitful, it doesn't matter who the parents are.
Oh, that's in the Book of Life.
No, it's not.
Oh.
That's what's good. It's not the exact wording. As long as it is fruitful, it doesn't matter who the parents are. Point is, if anyone gets pregnant, that negates all the premarital sex and sin they're committing by doing this whole thing. And he says, honestly, a few of them honestly don't want to get pregnant, and it just because they're just having fun. It's bad, alright?
Oh, that makes a bit of sense.
So, why don't you make a heart, roll your heart, and you only need like 8. It's a pretty easy roll. Actually, it would be heart and will, because this would be faith.
Yep. Oh, okay, yep. Heart and will.
So I reckon you needed 10.
So I've got 3d6 for heart.
Yep. And
4d6 for will.
Well, you got it anyway, so yeah, just your faith is strong enough that you know this is false doctrine, which I believe is where is it? Point is, okay, false doctrine manifesting corrupt religious practices and heresy. So that is heresy. And it is 100% Church Bell's job to have stopped that as the town's, steward.
Oh.
Yeah, anything like, any coupling is fruitful as long as a coupling is fruitful, it doesn't matter who the parents is. Definitely goes against the Book of Life's
Book of Life.
premarital sex and, a decent, wholesome family unit type thing. So saying anything, and if it justifies it, it's fine if this, as long as basically those words are heresy.
Church, that sounds like heresy. Who taught you these words? Who else has been through liberty?
I mean, it just kind of popped up out of necessity, I guess. I mean, honestly, it hasn't been working except for Sunflower, though. As far as I've heard, she's been chased about it, so, only with her husband, who also...
Church, this is seriousness. This means you have not been doing your duty by the Book of Life.
I've been trying. It's hard. No pun intended. It's not the only thing that's... Shut up, darling, please. I'm serious right now.
This is pretty serious. I mean,
he thinks it's serious.
You have been charged with liberty to lay down the law. What on earth has not been clear or not inspirational enough for you? I mean, if the position of steward has been too hard for you, no pun intended.
We've really got to stop saying that. It's not even funny.
Why wouldn't you pass on the duty to someone else?
Who else? Half the town doesn't even believe anymore because they think the town's cursed and, lack of faith from not past, hard times, no longer believing type of thing.
What about Bluebell? She's a pretty tough cookie. I'm sure she could whip these people.
No, she's a woman. Oh, I'm all woman, sweetie, and you do not want to test me. She's emotionally compromised due to miscarriage. I'll show you emotionally compromised. See what I mean?
Bluebell, how would you try to get the... No, is it
okay? First thing, I would run that devilish harbor. I blame him. 6 months after he arrived, all of this started.
Wait a minute! I thought this was happening for 7 years.
I mean, the whole recent stuff, the orgies, of which I have certainly not attended.
Good
He
to
just
know.
kind of face hoofs. Not sure if she's serious, but Churchbell suspects Bluebell is making a joke, just trying to get under his skin. Get under his sin.
Oh my. Well, that's a strange thing to mention.
I'll be honest. I have been invited, and I was flattered, but I declined.
Well, I'm sure Church is very grateful for that.
Aren't
you, Church?
I didn't even know that.
I nudge him. Aren't you, Church?
I mean, yes. That's... I don't know what to say to that, honestly. But thank you. That you did not just say thank you for being commitful. I can't words right now. My throat hurts.
You do words good.
Yes, me word good. English hard.
Oh, hey, Fernando. Hey, Ironheart.
Yeah, you probably rock up at this point.
By the looks on your faces, it looks like you guys have found something.
Yes.
Oh, thank God. And he just kind of, Churchbell walks away. I can't move him because he's already on the edge of the map.